and action.
Tell me I'm a pussy and you're hotter than me.
Meet us in the man cave. You're always welcome here.
Warning. The following video contains strong language which may be offensive to some viewers and or inappropriate for children. The content within this video is intended for mature audiences only.
The film discussion you're about to witness is an account of four grown men attempting to make sense of one of the most disturbing films ever committed to screen. It is all the more unusual in that they are not experts, nor are they prepared for what they are about to revisit. For them, what begins as a simple conversation about a 1974 horror film quickly descends into something far more unsettling. What they will uncover in direction, performance, and culture impact may leave them questioning how this film was ever made at all. The events discussed tonight have long been considered among the most bizarre in history of horror cinema. This is Cinema Shows and Shots, and this is the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
Chef's kiss, my friend. Chef's kiss.
I thought it was Star Wars at first, and then you started talking.
That was one of my notes when I watched this movie. I'm like, did they do this before Star Wars or after Star Wars?
1974's Texas Chainsaw Massacre. If you've watched it, if you've seen it, if you waited like I did as a teenager, then you understand exactly what's going on there. That's right, folks. We're back here for episode 3. Meet Us in the Man Cave presents Cinema Shows and Shots. That's right. We're doing something very special. I hope you guys enjoy what the hell we're doing here. And you know what, Chris? I forgot to ask the last episode because we haven't been asking these people enough here lately. We work our asses off during these live streams. We drink our asses off during these live streams. We tolerate a lot of people on live streams. What the fuck do they need to do in order for us to do more live streams, to do more podcasts, to do more cinema shows and shots, to have more guests, to drink more, and just live life?
Would you fucking join the community? Would you fucking hit another fucking button? Would you just fucking hit join? Would you? It's not join, it's subscribe. What the fuck am I thinking? Subscribe, like, comment, do whatever the fuck you want. Put feathers on our butts. Whatever you want to do to make us feel better. We would appreciate that. We enjoy the camaraderie. We enjoy that. Well, Jake's leaving us.
Fuck. And cut.
right when I'm saying that. Don't drink this shit. What?
I'll help you out here.
Any redeeming qualities? Is this going to get me fucked up or anything?
Folks, for you watching out there, you may have stumbled across other, podcasters out there. I mean, like the Osbournes, Steve-O. They've all had Liquid Death sponsoring their, podcasts. And, Chris and I, Meet Us in the Man Cave, we may have our first sponsor, Liquid Death. And it is October and death and, So, yes, it's Liquid Death. It's death in a can. Murder your thirst.
No alcoholic content, right? This is totally just... We're doing this to kiss ass for our new sponsor, right? It's so good, guys. Look at that can. It's fucking beautiful.
Yes. Oh, yeah. It's going to be our new thing here.
Nothing to talk about there.
Oh, God. God damn. Meet Us in the Man Cave's high quality H2O. Pure wetness.
Drink responsibly. Only available at Bubba.
Did we just lose a sponsor?
Well, eventually, and yeah, please. And also, comments do help. So go ahead and leave a comment. We have one more episode after this that is pre-planned that Mr. Ship Business will be giving us after this one, and then we are going to have it up in the air. We also want to do live videos. Basically, what we're planning on is to do a watch-along beforehand and then do a live reaction to that watch-along. But that, so those are coming up, and I'm still dying to do one. Everybody knows what it is if they've ever seen it. I cannot wait to see Scooter's reaction to it. Scott's reaction.
I was just trying to figure out what the fuck is. Do we got an airplane?
There is some crazy noises going on. What is that?
Oh man,
There's only one.
turning off.
You know what? While Franklin's cooling off.
While there you go. See, syncopacity. We're synced up here.
By the way, there was good timing on.
What the fuck you drinking?
What the fuck you drinking?
Butterscotch moonshine.
I thought he froze on us.
Damn.
Guinness. So
He done stepped it up a notch.
ready for this. Well, I mean, I figured, Texas, you got to do moonshine. Should have done the bourbon, but I ain't as well versed on the bourbons as certain people that are on this channel.
Hey, stop that.
What are you drinking, Chris? I'm sure you got a bourbon ready.
I do. As most of you can tell,
Hey,
if you watched the last episode, as most of you can tell, I got really fucking excited because I was thinking about it. Texas Chainsaw Massacre needs what? It has to have a Texas bourbon.
Right.
Technically, you can't do that, right? Only bourbons can be in Kentucky, correct?
Right.
Texas and
that's not what Still Austin says. From Austin, Texas. This would be the Texas bourbon for you, folks. This is the Revival. It's a single barrel cask strength rye whiskey. Man, Still Austin is fucking phenomenal. I mean, any of their whiskeys can go from 3 years to I think this is 6 year. It's obviously store pick, so it's a little hard to find. But if you can find the regular Still Austin, the thing is when they do their bourbons, Kentucky has the change in seasons where Texas doesn't. So it needs less aging in the barrel. So they only need 3 years to achieve the same type of taste that you get from Kentucky. And sorry.
No,
Deadhead tour bus. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Not
I'm going to add to what he was saying. I just learned recently there's a whiskey that's being made right now in Colorado where they're aging it for 4 years. I can't remember the name of it, but I did see a little video about it. So that'll be something to look out for. Some whiskey bourbon being made out of Colorado.
It's fucking cool, man. I mean, the different topographies and, all the geological differences. I mean, it's all made from when the wood in the barrel expands and contracts. But it's all about that and getting the wood tannins into the actual juice, which is cool.
I'm still going with what I had in the last, when we had Stepfather, because I'm just going to go with some Coopers right here. I really like it. It's Kentucky straight bourbon. So yeah, I mean, I'm going to do it on the rocks again. Why not? Because it's just, like I said, this is how my knees are sounding. Oh God, that's scary. So I need to put some ice in it.
quite like a tiger.
Yes.
That's rough.
Yeah. Don't get old, people. Just don't go old. As soon as you get past a certain age, just find a cliff and say goodbye. And it's Sidekick. You said you had Casey's earlier. I'm going to go with this. The Casey Superhero Sidekick with...
Fuck yeah, the one with Krang on the front. Hell yeah.
Yes. So...
Our last episode, find a cliff, buckle the guy in, and then push him up.
Yeah, take me. Would you take me with you, please? Fuck.
That's right.
Don't be selfish.
Speaking of pushing somebody around, Franklin, what the fuck are you drinking tonight?
Diet Dr. Pepper.
What'd you spike that with? He says, I don't remember.
Jake's got to watch his intake, so you got to respect that. I understand.
I had the privilege most recently to get Jake drunk and play Tekken with him, and it was good times.
It was a lot of fun.
Jake was having some fun. There's no doubt about it. If you're not sure, go watch a live stream where Jake was hanging out at Chris's man cave. And in the beginning, Jake was just, he was having a lot of fun. And speaking of fun, I hope we have some fun with this particular Cinema Shows and Shots. Todd, take it away, my friend.
We pick a movie. This one is Scott's pick. I'll talk about the release date and whatnot, facts about the movie. Jake will talk about the cast. Scott talks about the direction and the editing and the crew. And then Chris talks about cultural relevance, which there is a ton on this one.
Yeah, I'm fucking loaded down over here. Oh, my Lord.
So Texas Chainsaw, and we also we do our best to try to keep the episodes under an hour. Around an hour is the sweet spot, we think, for this kind of thing. But anyway, Texas Chainsaw Massacre released October 1st. And where was the premiere? Anyone? It's been said already.
I actually forget. Where's that? I remember, but I forget.
What's that bottle you got, Chris?
Oh, Austin, Texas?
Austin, Texas. It premiered on October 1st, 1974 in Austin, Texas, later making its debut in nationwide in October. So this is yet again another movie that, back in the day, they'd release Halloween movies around Halloween, unlike they do now when they seem to release them in June. It's got a $140,000 budget, which considered very expensive. Yeah, you could put that on a credit card nowadays with a decent job. It made $30 million worldwide. So let's just say it was probably one of the most successful movies we're ever going to review on.
Probably still going.
Yeah.
It was filmed during the Texas heat wave. Actually, it was over 100 degrees every filming day. So they literally, and they also wore the same clothes throughout the entire shoot, and I guess they burned them by the time it was done because everybody stunk so damn bad. The bone props that you see in the movie, real bones. They were cheaper to get than fake ones. So those are actually all actual animal carcasses or bones.
Mm-hmm.
It was banned or heavily censored in many countries.
55.
Except for the UK, where it eventually got shown, but it started off as being banned. It is not a true story. It's not based on a true story. That was just marketing hype, which I found I was shocked that the last movie we did, Stepfather, was based on a true story. This one is not. Now, it's loosely based on Ed Gein because of the whole skin wearing type thing. It helped define the slasher genre and inspired countless movies. And the biggest thing to me was the chainsaw only hits flesh one time. That you see
himself
at the end. You don't see the hook go through her back. You don't see the chainsaw going through anybody. It's so literally there's more chainsaw work in Ash versus Evil Dead, where blood to chainsaw than there is in this. Yeah, so that's all I got. Jake, what do you got for the cast?
Marilyn Burns as Sally. She was all right. Franklin, he was one of my favorite characters, honestly, and people hate his character. I thought he was great. And
I love
Kirk. He was pretty. I don't know. Pam, that scene where she's on the swing, and she gets up, she's walking towards the door, and the scene I'm talking about. And then Jerry was kind of annoying, but my favorite character though was the cook, and I loved when he's beating Sally with the steak and she's in the trash bag. That was some of that.
Look what you did to the door! Sorry, I had to do it, Jake. It was driving me nuts.
Sally, they took the keys.
Scott's going to go on for a while on this one because, look, I've known the man for over over 30 years. And I could tell you, this is one of the movies that really got him into wanting to direct, to wanting to be involved in movies. It made his interest in horror was this film. We have talked more about this film, and I think watched it more than anything else. So I'm dying to hear what you got, Scott, on this, because I know you've got a lot of thoughts.
Our sexpert Dorothy Black is joining me in studio, and today we're going to be chatting about premature ejaculation. Dorothy, nice to see you again.
Hi, Jennifer. How are you doing?
Good. How are
Excellent.
you?
I'm good.
So today we're talking about premature ejaculation.
Yes.
I love that. I love the hand gestures that come with it.
Yeah, ironically, I've never owned an independent mask from a mask maker with the leather faces from '74. You know, The Killer, Pretty Woman, all that. I've had T-shirts, DVDs behind me, et cetera, et cetera. But back in the day, I was just itching to see this film because it was banned in 55 countries, and I wasn't allowed to watch it, even if it wasn't banned, because it was originally rated. Did you find out any information on that, Todd? Because it was originally rated as a rated X.
Was it?
Yes. The company that actually funded this is from a mafia, and they also produced and funded a lot of X-rated films, adult, stag films, which of course Texas Chainsaw Massacre was from the same production. Yeah, smut films. So if you could get your hands on a poster print that has the rated X, I can't even begin to know how much that fucking thing is worth. So There you go. Just a little bit of I had to get that in there because I go back to as a kid when I first watched it. It was just, let's just put these Tobe Hooper, that man, and just like I can't help but always go to Halloween. They were young kids. They all had basically a dream to become filmmakers. You say, of course, it was released in Austin, Texas. That's where Tobe Hooper went to college, a film school in Austin, Texas. And when you do look at Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it doesn't feel like your traditional horror film. It feels almost like a documentary that went wrong. And that's what really messes a lot of people up. That's what Tobe director, that was what he was trying to go for. And he even talks about it in featurettes. He wanted not to make it feel polished or anything, not to feel safe. Todd, when you talked about based on true stories, Toby's talked about this in a featurette. It's one of my favorite memories of Tobe, where he's standing in line, where he's behind an old lady that's at checkout, and she's taking forever to buy her food. And he's seeing these chainsaws. I think there was like at a Sears. So he starts fantasizing about, I wonder if I got that chainsaw right now. You get the idea. So that's kind of, what inspired him with the chainsaw a little bit, of course, with Ed Gein. So, of course, we don't get any chainsaw love from Ed Gein, but could you imagine Ed Gein with a chainsaw digging out some graves? Holy shit, that would be horrifying. But anyways, it was just, this was a very uncomfortable film for a lot of people to watch. And I believe it was just, that was its intentional way of doing so. The cinematography, the same gentleman that was responsible for the cinematography in the 1974, he did a lot of fucking videos like on MTV through the grunge era and all that. And he also was a cinematographer for when they did the reboot, whatever, 2000 and blah, blah, blah of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is, pretty interesting. I can't think of his name right now, but great cinematographer. He definitely had an eye that he, like you said, Todd, I visualized, I just wanted to take a camcorder or camera and record shit like what he did, what we would witness in Texas Chainsaw Massacre. He just captured a bunch of stuff and they just added it to the film.
But I tell young cinematographers all the time, keep your eyes open, remember them, and bring them to your project. Today, I have a 48-year career as a cinematographer, which is potentially the longest in the world. Dante Spinotti, he's been a cinematographer 1 year longer than me. He's a lot older than me. As we jokingly say, he doesn't have a jump shot anymore. I still do. Today, the critique that I would have of myself is that I don't get very colorful with the light. I don't think that way. I'm a strange kind of a guy. You and I both talked about being lefties earlier before we started this, and I'm left-handed, which gives me, I believe, a different perspective on everything. But I can tell you there are countless times in my career when I've come up with something that to me was clear as day, that everybody else went, how the fuck did you come up with that?
We didn't want to kill anybody. Let's make that clear.
Well, the cinematographer?
No, we didn't want to kill people and videotape people being killed.
No, I didn't want to because I didn't have to. I lived in Ohio, not in Texas in that heat, that's for sure. But
sure, guys.
Yeah. Basically,
we got a bunch of squirrels, but no armadillos.
No, actually, there was originally it it was a dead horse or a dead dog that they did capture.
It was a horse.
It's a horse. They just said it was too gruesome. I mean, it's like, we got to put this in the film, but it was just too damn gruesome. I mean, I could go on and on and on, but I'll stick to basically my concept. I mean, it's a grungy, it's a filthy, it's an exhausting film. It pulls you in. It just makes you don't feel like you want to eat anything while you're watching this film. Even like Todd mentioned earlier, the hook, that is magic right there. How they capture it, how they edit it. Of course, she's wearing a harness. Of course, the actress talked about how uncomfortable it was when Gunnar Hansen, who of course plays Leatherface, puts her up on there. The way it's shot, people honestly thought that was real.
Yeah.
Just how it was shot. And to me, that is cinema of the mind and movie magic. And you think this was done in 1974. I mean, it's mind blowing. Today they have to use AI, CGI, and a lot of fake blood. And they barely used any fake blood, of course, for the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Now, you talked about how they wore the costumes that they had to reshoot the ending of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Like you said, the only person that actually got the chainsaw was Gunnar Hansen in the leg, and it really did burn his leg because of the metal plate underneath. So, but yes, they had to call the actress who played Sally. She had to come back to reshoot that scene. She was already mentally and physically exhausted, but to basically get coated in blood again to do that scene, oh my God, in that heat. But she did it. She did it. And you gotta give a lot of props to her on that. That's for damn sure. There's been rumors throughout so many years how long it took them to shoot that last scene where everybody's sitting at the table, the dinner scene. Some people said it took 12 hours, and later on it's 14, then it's 18, and who knows how long it took. But I figure if I had to do that for at least 8 hours, I would have said, get me the fuck off the stage, especially with the smell, because that was actually food rotting underneath their noses in that heat. Which ironically, that place today, that house, just like the house, the Myers house, was a kit that was moved. Well, and it was for Halloween. They just basically moved it a little bit over that way to the left. But they had a kit house. It was Sears and Roebuck's. They did Amazon pretty much does everything today. Back in the day, Sears and Roebuck was the same thing. They even made you kit houses. And they would basically take that house. I forget what the name of the road that was on. Now there's a bunch of condos. Gee, do we get condos enough around in this country anymore? But they moved that house. I think it was like over 100 miles. And now it's a running, operating restaurant where every year they have a screening of the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre out there. So that's pretty damn cool.
Funny, you talk about Sears and Roebuck. The first thing that comes to my mind is my wife and I go to Gatlinburg a lot, and there's a loop road that is in the main park, and they take you by a bunch of different houses, and the last house is painted. And they say that the house is painted, I think it was in green and white, and that was because it was the only two colors Sears and Roebuck made back then. So, yeah, Sears and Roebuck's been big in houses and all, and it is Sears and Roebuck. It is not just Sears. But yeah, they were Amazon before Amazon was Amazon.
Yeah, Halloween fans knows that green when it comes to Sears, J.C. Penney's, which was eventually Sears did buy J.C. Penney's with those wonderful green coveralls. So, but yeah, to sum it up, like I said, I could go on and on and on, but that's pretty much it. The movie, they intentionally wanted you to feel uncomfortable. They did a damn good job doing it. It was beautiful. What's that?
Minimally. I mean, the beginning of the movie is blackout, and then that fucking sound.
Oh, that camera sound. It was Tobe Hooper basically inspired by the Beatles, where they just go into a studio and they just start making all these weird sounds by taking it, sticks and because they're trying to make it sound like they're digging a grave. Hence Ed Gein. And that's what, that he was doing. And of course, how they got into that van with just one cameraman, that right there alone is like, Jiminy Christmas.
And they kept on, the thing that you never noticed, the beginning of the movie, that's all that one picture of the bodies on top of the tomb. That's what all those pictures are made up of. It's not a bunch of different murders. Doesn't take place over time. It's just a different like camera flashes of that iconic guy with his ass that gets sodomized by the by the tomb. And just gosh, what a great way to build suspense. I mean, because it's all black and you're thinking you're going to see a killer or some dead body or something. No, it's just rotted flesh. That's all.
And to this day, when people watch the original Texas Chainsaw Massacre, just like in the film itself, they think that with the hitchhiker, when they kick him out of the van because they realize this guy's nuts, and he's, because he with the knife and his, and he's just like rubbing this on the side of the van, and they're like, "What does this means something?" Basically, people today actually think, "What did that mean? What was his intentions? What was he?" It's amazing.
It's a Van Gogh.
Chris, cultural relevance. Let's go ahead and
y'all did me in on this one. First of all, I'm going to shoehorn into what you said. I always eat at least a medium rare steak when I watch this movie. That's just me. That's how I roll, man. Medium rare steak and a bourbon.
And then you want to watch a porn afterwards because it's what production does for that film. So
fuck yeah. So this is a big one. I'm gonna, because it gets to be where you want to realize that you're talking about such a big platform, such a big movie, that you want to try to do it justice. So part of the cultural relevance, obviously, of this movie is the community. So I'm going to ask for help from all three of you. This is kind of a community effort, because if I miss something, I'm going to look back and I'm going to be like, you guys left me. Hey, you fucked me up here, because this is huge. How do you encapsulate a movie that has spawned, what is it, 6 or 7 sequels? I mean, I think it's 7. Is it 7?
Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2 with Tobe Hooper, because I got that one.
Yeah.
Then there's a remake.
Yeah, they're the remake. I'm counting those in the same thing, but yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4.
There's a fan. There's a fan movie.
What's this one?
We got a video game. We got multiple sequels. We got a video game. We got what we talked about with the newest iteration, which is obviously the Netflix Ed Gein, which they embellished a lot of truths, obviously. But
same one.
You can tell that
Sorry.
you can tell that they drew from what Tobe Hooper created and what all of them created with that movie. We love to hear as fans that something so great and something that we love so much was created from so little. We love that story. It's the underdog story. It's the Rocky story. I mean, you want to hear that a movie was created on $140,000, but it's created entire lifetimes for people. That's how we love that shit. We love that story. I don't know if that is factoring into the actual like mask part of it. Probably none of that movie is related to. Yeah, consider all the masks, the pretty lady, all the masks that are being created, all the likenesses, the people that go to convention centers. I mean, they pass money along with the whole fucking, getting autographs, this, that, and the other, all the shit that goes into it. It's literally almost a part. It's a part of American pop culture at this point.
Nice.
Like, it's become ingrained to part of our history. And when you think about it that way, that's fucking so monumental. That's a mountain to climb right there. How do you encapsulate that, man? I mean, there's people that we love to see this type of thing. We always do. Well, not that thing. He's holding up.
God, why do I have this urge to see Scooter put that on and start singing "Friday I'm in Love"?
Please.
No, I won't, because I have to. It's actually actually Trick or Treat Studios, and it's like a 2-part mask, and the hair is sewn into these masks, which is pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
I did something. It was driving me nuts because it's just, it has something that I haven't had since probably 79 or whatever, hair in the front.
Yeah.
I actually bought some hairspray when I was doing rehaul, and hairspray is still holding this hair up.
How'd you get a hold of Natalie's hairspray?
Aquanet, I guess. I don't know. But the thing of it is, this is what considered a lot of fans. They know this is the Pretty Woman and all that. And the other one I had over here was the Killer Mask, and the Killer Mask is people say this is the iconic one. I get it, I do, but the Killer to me is the iconic, which I regret, but
so I got to ask, the grandpa.
Yes,
that's not a mask. That's supposed to be what the guy looked like, because it's obviously a mask that some actor is wearing. What you just showed was, the Ed Gein thing where he's wearing somebody else's face, but the grandpa's not meant to be that. That's just actually meant to be old man. I mean, again, you can see how cheaply it was done. Doesn't affect the quality of the picture. Doesn't at all. Don't get me wrong. I know they were working with what they had, but I always wondered that when I looked at it, because I was trying to look to see if I could see like an edging of this is something that Grandpa liked to do too. But it does make sense that it's just an old man makeup.
Yeah, it's actually the gentleman that was responsible for creating that, if I remember correctly. He was a dental hygienist, but he was into special effects making, if I remember correctly. I remember it was just all this information that's stirring into my head. It's, because you're a fan of the film, and you always, Jake gets it. And I'm going to use Jake here. Franklin. He absorbs this stuff like a sponge. And that, I'm not saying it's a bad thing, because let's face it, we're always impressed on how much, Jake, AKA Franklin, how he remembers all this stuff. And with like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, when you watch these, you buy all these damn DVDs when you can finally get the damn things, and the feed, I got to get it because there might be some extra stuff, that we didn't see. But yeah, I remember, I think it was Revisited. They were talking about that young kid. He was one of the younger friends of Toby's, whatever that, where they put the prosthetic makeup for the old man. And the guy who was if I remember, he was a dental hygienist who actually did special effects for just basically fun. And I guess he went to school for that or whatever, something like that. So I think that was kind of interesting when I was watching. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, because the teeth are really messed up on the Killer. I mean, they're really wrong. And there's kind of like the same kind of dental thing going on with, what do you call the guy? The cook.
The cook?
Yeah, the cook. There's kind of the same thing going on with him, who he ended up having a big career after this.
Yeah.
So, seen him in a lot of stuff.
I mean,
Jim,
Something like
that.
Look what your brother did to that dog!
I bet your bladder is about to explode. Well, Chris and Scott, they'd like to help you out. How's that, you say? By simply subscribe, liking, and sharing to Meet Us in the Man Cave, where we can finally achieve those YouTube ads, and you can finally go take a piss.
This is one of those movies where I feel like if you guys had to pick one scene that was kind of burned into your mind.
Ooh. Oh, God, I know it. It frightened the shit out of me.
For me, let me kick it off, because I don't know if you're gonna steal my spotlight here. 100%, dude. The way everything, the way he did what he did there, it just the door slam.
Hey, Pam! Hello!
The way that was captured, the way he moved, the quickness of it. I mean, if I'm talking about cultural relevance, it's definitely going to be that scene. Like, if I think about it beforehand, I can close my eyes and I can literally hear that door slam. Like, it's probably etched into my brain until I die. Like, that's just one of those scenes where it was like, holy shit, what's going on behind that door? That scene was beautifully shot, beautifully executed. I mean, he stepped in, he stepped out pretty much. Like, it was just like, that's all I need to do. I don't need to do no more. I just fucking leave me alone. And it just lingered there for a minute. I think that's another thing with how we're talking about things, especially when you were talking about The Shining, how the camera just kind of lingered there for a minute. I feel like new directors are so fucking scared to do that. When they capture a perfect scene, they're scared to linger just for a minute, just because the audience needs time for their brain to process what's happening, and then for things to start happening, for thoughts to start going around in the head, like to start raising questions. And that, I think that's how we pique our interest with things. Things are so cut dry, just, 1 frame, 2 frame, 3 frame, 4 frame. Like, nobody does that anymore. Nobody just lingers for a second there, just enjoys the moment.
The first thing that comes to my mind with that is Steven Spielberg and Jaws. I mean, you never see Jaws actually bite into anybody, but it's always the tension. It's always the what could happen. It's the same thing in Halloween where they don't show any blood. It's took some notes during this. My first note was that sound, which is just in the beginning of the movie. That's iconic. You hear that sound, it's Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
The camera.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually have never mind. You had it in the beginning.
The wheelchairs have locks for a reason. That's all I'm saying. If you're taking a piss into a coffee can, fucking lock the wheelchair locks, man. That's all you got to do. The hitchhiker is a classic character. Everybody knows the hitchhiker. The window washer at the gas station, I thought was fucking
Edwin Neal.
Is that him?
Yeah, I've been hitchhiking. I know the name.
The hitchhiker. Yeah.
Yeah, Edwin Neal.
But the window washer at the gas station. So, like, when the car first comes up, he doesn't he approaches the car and washes the windshield. The cook comes out to talk to the people, and when the cook goes back, he goes back. Then the cook comes back, and the washer starts doing the washing.
Always looking up in the sky.
And when he comes back, he starts doing the front of the car. It's just like funny to see that character just keep bouncing back. And okay, boss, we're going to go back over here. Okay, I got the front, boss.
He was always kind of like an extra in the 70s with a lot of the cops, or he was a bad guy and stuff in the 70s of those type of shows for the car chasing scene. Roberts, I don't know. But yeah, I know exactly. I look it up, like you said, would he be sitting there just looking up in the sky?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first house that they go into, Franklin's house. And Franklin is pissed off because everybody's upstairs having fun and he's bound by a wheelchair. This has to be the movie with the most raspberries in any other scene, because at the end,
and Daddy Longlegs.
At the end, yes, at the end, when the hitchhiker goes up the stairs and his dad says, "Go get Grandpa," the hitchhiker's going.
It's. I got to add to this, because of Texas Chainsaw Massacre. Growing up, because of the work that I've done through so many years. And when I'm going through these rural areas and I see all these abandoned old farmhouses, I am always looking to see, does it look like that house?
You probably drive through to come to my house and you're like, are they having a dinner scene in there?
It goes back to where I was talking. Todd brought it up. I talked about it. It inspired me and all this. Everywhere I go, it's because of, and even with Halloween, when I go to those rural areas, I see houses abandoned. I'm like, God, it kind of looks like, is it anything? And I even did, and I'm glad William appreciated my, the Ohio Chainsaw Massacre one too, because I found in that video, I'm like, this looks so much like the Texas Chain. I had so much fun with that. I miss doing stuff like that. But yes, I had to throw that shit in there before I forgot, especially while we're recording this right now. And something about Texas Chainsaw Massacre that I have to add. You talked about Jaws, Todd, and like a lot of horror movies. A lot of them give you a little of a break, a little of a breather, Mm-hmm. You get scared and you kind of calm down, which is good because Jaws, at least it's a good film. It's a good ride. Texas Chainsaw Massacre, it's just grungy and dirty to the whole fucking movie. And I don't think there's a lot of breaks to this goddamn film.
No, you never felt safe. You never felt safe. It was an onslaught.
That's why, because it's 90 minutes. They plug every single bit of fear they could into 90 minutes. And it's because they had a tight budget. They only had so much film to use. They had to do it. It wasn't a choice. The other thing was the hook.
It was expensive too. The film was one of the most expensive things about the film.
There was humor elements built into it, but it's not to like break the horror. It's like more like on the side of what's fucking wrong with these guys.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It just helps to build the tension. It wasn't afraid to like put in humor moments and still just fucking, I'm going to bury you right in the face with fucking gruesome acts.
And Todd, I would appreciate to hear more of your notes. I just can't help but add to it. That's a good to add to your scenes. And I'll back in the day, we had trailers that really got your attention. That really got you wanted to go see that movie. Today, they got to show you the whole fucking movie.
Shit. They give away.
They knew how to make them back then, and they were scary. They were dark. And then if you watch the trailers and Chris talks about that door and the way the sound, the way it's just the narration of it. If you just watch the one of the original trailers from Texas Chainsaw Massacre, and you got that door slam, as a kid, you're like, "Fuck."
Yeah.
And they had radio. The box set, Scooter. I saw you have the same box set I do. They have radio ads on there.
Yeah.
I mean, that were played on the radio. Just the sound.
Oh yeah.
Got people to watch it.
You can't. You just can't.
That's a great. I'm dying to see that has two pieces of commentary. One of it is mainly from the actors, and the other one is from Toby and the editor, I believe.
Definitely recommended to get if you don't have it. Highly recommended to get.
But
we didn't even talk about Gunnar, honestly. I mean,
Gunnar Hansen. Oh God.
We didn't even get into that, dude. But
good point, folks. You see, Chris and I and Todd going to these conventions. Last year, we had an opportunity to meet Dick Warlock. We all know Dick Warlock. Well, shit happens, as we all know. Unfortunately, we don't know when it's our time. But we all know reality. If we have someone in our lives, it's like, God, I think they're going to outlive us. You get the concept. Get out there and meet your heroes, your bucket list. Because Gunnar Hansen, I'm never going to get a chance to meet him. The actress who played Sally, almost half the people that were in this film are no longer with us. So if Chris and I, if we inspire you to like, you know what, there's a convention near where I live, which by the way, Dick Warlock will be in Lexington this October at whatever the name of that convention is. So I would start getting your tickets now for that.
I saw you posted.
Yeah.
Scareface,
by the way,
is that right?
Scareface. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And Whorehound 2026 September will be September 11th through whatever the 13th. That's all the news I got right now. There's nothing else. So fingers crossed, Dick. If you're going to be in Lexington, I'm just saying, we're just up the road.
Days.
Or is it Lexington or Louisville? I forget.
Lexington.
So we've got it.
Okay. Thank you, Jake.
But like you were talking about, Scott, with the, just the shit that Gunnar went through. I mean, you're talking about the actors who had their clothes, soiled, soaked in blood, this, that, and the other, in the middle of Texas heat.
They weren't in a suit.
Just imagine the suit, the mask, the shit that dude went through, and he was probably just like, fuck yeah, what's the next scene? He was fucking excited. He was, I've heard stories about him, and it seems like he was having the time of his life, honestly.
I have, obviously, as you all know, behind me, I call my life-size Michael Myers or my life-size Nick Castle. I've always wanted a life-size Gunnar Hansen, and that I've always, for some reason, as a challenge because of the chainsaw. But thanks to guys like Creepy Customs, it looks like they could do stuff like that. I just have to get, you know what? I got the Gunnar Hansen saws. The chainsaw. That's the key thing because it's got to be a yellow. I forget. I think it's a Craftsman's. You got to have it right. You know what I mean?
I guarantee he would take that on. And imagine the avenues that you could open up. Like he was talking about in our last video with Slicker from I Know What You Did Last Summer. If you give him an idea and he's like, holy shit, fuck yeah. I mean, he may be fucking really into that, and you may open up a whole new avenue of sales for him. You might want to approach him with that.
Yeah, well, I'm looking forward to. We're all looking forward to meeting him again, and of course, we've already. If you watched it, if you haven't, you owe it to yourself to check out where we were down at Horror Hound in March. Jake was there. Of course, I used some of Jake's footage of. I'm sorry, Jake, I forgot to put you because you're basically you are Meet Us in the Man Cave, Jake, and I didn't give you credit there. I'll fix it later, but at least you got to see where we met. Technically, Jake met. More people than what we did.
Yeah, man, he was out there getting it.
But Connor, I hope we can. He said he would join us. It just sounds like we got some people that are going to be joining us as guests here in the future, which will be really interesting topics. Yeah. Sorry, we had to plug that in, Todd.
No, that's exactly good.
So
maybe one of them can join us on a show here.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I've got a couple more.
Please.
I like when he throws the girl in the truck and then he's like, oh shit, I got to go back and turn off the light and lock the door. Electricity. I love that. That was fantastic. Scooter, I don't know if you ever caught this. I caught it for a hard minute. The cook calls, now, is the hitchhiker his son or his stepson?
You know what?
Your stepbrother's the killer.
They're supposed to be brothers.
So but anyway, he calls him coon shit. Where have we heard coon shit, Scooter?
I have to think carefully if I want to share that.
I hear it every day, so that's why I'm laughing.
You coon shit! I pulled you out of your mother. I'll pull you right back in. A movie we're going to have to do on this with a watch along because I don't think Chris has seen it. Redneck.
I haven't seen it either.
Interesting tidbit. Coon shit.
Yeah.
Do you know its basic makeup? How we can identify it immediately?
First off, I don't know that I'd ever go looking for coon shit.
I do. I'm a wildlife control officer. I have to.
There you go. I never knew that. Really? That's what you do.
Oh. Yeah. That's what I do. So the funny thing, they love berries. They love anything.
I'm a coon shit expert on here. Yeah.
anything that's berry scented, this, that, and the other. So they go hunting anything berry related. But the funny part about that is their digestive tract can't digest berries. So when the shit comes out, it's basically in the form of berries. It's just a cylindrical form of berries. It almost looks like corn on the cob.
It's like corn for humans.
There you go.
You know, with all this, guys, that we're talking about, I just can't help it.
Shit.
You know, Franklin, don't take this personally, but I got to ask you. Chris brought it up. I know Todd's tried to share some more notes, but what is the scene that gets your attention? with Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Jake. Because I know we keep on I'm bad at interrupting you, like I am doing it right now. Shut up, Scott. Let Franklin talk.
Personally, I love a scene where Sally's pushing Franklin, and then they stop just before, and then he gets attacked, killed. Oh my god, that was brilliant.
Can you share? I know you know how they did that. Please tell me you know, because I know I do, but I want you to. Come on, Franklin. You know how they did that scene. How simple it was.
I've heard, but you know what? I'll let you go.
It is. This is another thing that's simple, cinema minds, and just basically, as Gunnar Hansen has that chainsaw, the lighting that they were used. Okay, you remember, Jake? You brought that. That is a classic scene where they have that flashlight, right? That was one of the main reasons, other to see what the fuck they're doing. But that flashlight, they actually, from what I remember, they also had another one they hooked up to a car battery to give it a brighter light so they could get that scene. And the prop, I can't remember her name, but when they were getting the blood onto Gunnar Hansen, you know, they were actually putting this fake blood in their mouth and spitting it on Gunnar Hansen. I mean, it's
So basically, you're telling me this movie would have never been made in COVID-19 era.
Pussies.
Well, my final note.
He was wearing a meat, you know, whatever you call it. You guys get it, the yellow meat apron,
the butcher suit, whatever.
Yeah. So he was protected by. I was protected by your spit and a chainsaw. So yeah, that's how they did it. So, there was some throwing of blood too, but there was. Well, she didn't swallow; she spit it out.
That bitch.
There's your short, Chris.
I hate that shit.
Well, you know what they say, guys. Mean people spit, nice people swallow. So my final note was I had to stop and watch twice because at the end, when the truck driver comes, which I think is the only black person in the movie.
Big Hill Road. Sorry, that's the road that the truck driver's on. Sorry.
I had to stop because I really wanted it to be Black Mamba. I really wanted the name to be Black Mamba, but it's not. It's Black Maria. And what I think is hilarious is Black Maria, he stops, gets the white girl, grabs the monkey wrench, throws it at the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, fucking misses him and says, "Bitch, you on your own," and just fucking takes off. He just fucking takes off.
Yeah.
He's like, "Bye, I'm fucking out of here."
Now, you know how they shot that scene where the hitchhiker obviously comes to his demise, you know, or demise. Very simple. You know, when he gets obviously run over by the truck, it's very simple. They just do it in reverse.
Yeah.
So
I was amazed that he didn't get out of the goddamn way. He had enough. Wait, look, here's a clue. If you've got
he's a hitchhiker, he's always on the road.
just move. Just all you have to do is like move 2 feet.
I'm hearing so many things when you come up with a deflated budget, but a drive to create something special. When you have creativity and knowledge over camera work, there's so many things that it's just the work these guys put in to be where they are. That's why we don't have what we have now. The shit's just kind of handed to you. It's a silver platter. It's the silver spoon right now. Everything's kind of fucking convenience related. Everything's handed to you. The shit, you don't got to work no more for so much, like so many things, at least as far as like you know, music and fucking and directing and filmography and all the shit. Now technology has created this vacuum right now where it's just kind of, there's no originality coming out of it, and it's so fucking depressing because shit like this, I mean, it will probably live on forever. But you got movies like Scott or like Todd was saying that are spit out literally every fucking weekend that we just watch and we fucking forget about. Pretty much. It's disposable.
I think what's really a thought that you just gave me on that was, it is so much cheaper to make the audience's mind work for you than it is to feed them something. So in other words, give them that brief pause, give them that mystery of what the fuck just happened, because I can imagine sicker shit than you can put on film.
Yeah.
And if I don't want to imagine sicker shit, if I'm the kind of person that kind of like phrase away from that, I may see a different type of thing that's just as scary to me, but doesn't have to be as graphic because I'm not triggered. I'm triggered by less graphic stuff. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's let the audience take it where they want to take it. Whatever length they want to take it, let them take it there, because that'll be a lot better than if you just flat out give them what to think
Exactly.
about. It's why a book is better than a movie, because you're
Play with the fucking shadows.
And yeah.
Play with the theater in mind. We're not fucking idiots. Don't beat us over the head with shit. It's all the same stuff. I mean, it's so simple when you think about it. Scott's fucking dying. I want to know what
I'm just not reading what's underneath our names. You are the water, filling my lungs, killing me softly. That's how it works. I'm like, what? Well, I don't remember putting it there.
No, for some reason it keeps copy and pasting whatever I write into yours. I don't know why.
Because I actually at one point I think I had jam sandwich, and I had KY jelly smells funny.
Yeah,
or tastes funny.
I had to change that.
I'm like, because I'm like, I don't remember that. KY jelly tastes funny. That's awfully long there.
It's
right?
Yeah, but you're exactly right, Chris. I mean, it's one of those things to where it I think cinema's lost a lot of that. I hope we get that back with the advent of, I think people are going to eventually get sick of AI. They're going to, it's obvious when you see it. And to just, it's one of the reasons why burlesque back in the day was so popular. They never got naked. It was always the hint. It was always the think of what's under this. That's why the fan dancing and stuff was so neat. You didn't have to see it. If you saw it, you'd probably go, oh, God, that's not what I wanted to see. But if you hint at it, if it's just let your mind be the imagination for it, I think that's what horror is missing nowadays. And God, I hope they get it back, because you don't need big budgets to make fantastic horror films.
You guys are setting this up.
I just recently watched the Strangers 1-2. After they killed it off with Pray at Night, they redid 1, 2, and 3. There's chapter 1, 2, and 3 now, which basically, I mean, I don't know where they're fucking at now. They're fucking so off course. It doesn't even make sense now.
And they do that, right? When they run a series for too long, they end up jumping the shark. Everybody jumps the shark. Like they didn't have
I don't know what's happening. They took one of the victims and tried to create her and tried to remake her, should I say, into one of the killers. And I'm like, what happened here? What are you doing?
I have a firm belief that movies should have no more than 3. Series should have no more than 5. If you ain't doing what you've done, what you want to do in 5 seasons, you're wasting everybody's fucking time.
And fucking add all that up. One movie, these legendary movies did what they did with, 140,000, 300,000.
90 minutes.
These legendary movies did what they did within that. If you got to make 3 fucking movies to get your point across, what are you doing right now? And they're all probably 500 million a piece.
Yeah.
You just spent one.
Nightmare on Elm Street. Yeah, great example. Nightmare on Elm Street, though, that could only be said if Dream Warriors was the third one. Because I really thought I like Dream Warriors. I like where Dream Warriors went with the idea. But Scooter and I were talking, Scott and I were talking about Terminator, The greatest, to me, one of the greatest sequels ever made is Terminator 2. That is absolutely the sequel. Huh?
Bar none.
Hands down.
Absolutely. Or Godfather.
Godfather, yeah. Now, so I've never seen The Godfather.
I guess I'm the only one speaking for Star Wars fans here. Empire.
Yeah, Empire. You're right. But The Godfather, I actually sat down and watched The Godfather.
Chris, back in the day, that their Empire was king.
I don't know. The more I rewatch Terminator 1, though, I go back and forth because I love Terminator so much growing up. But I watch Terminator now. I don't know, man. I don't know. I go back and forth.
Terminator 2 started something that, I'm going to try not to stay. Because I love Terminator 2, but I want to try my best to stay focused on what you guys are talking about here so I can add
I know this is becoming like film school.
That's why we're here. And that was that was my whole idea for this, right? That was my whole idea was for us to start jonesing on different movies, figuring out what films there were, what was good, what was bad, what you could take, what you could leave. The Terminator 2 for me is the perfect sequel because it built upon the original and it turned the bad guy into a good guy. And gave him a guy that could kick his ass. And with the liquid and the way they did the special effects in it, even to the point of where Terminator 3 went to try to go to a female to try to introduce a female in it. But at that point it's like, okay, that's enough. You've done 1, you've done 2, you've done 3. In my mind, Halloween 3 doesn't exist. Child's Play is another one that they had too. Yeah, Child's Play 2. Although, man, God, what's her face? Who's the girl? Jake?
Christine Elise.
Which one?
Who played
the other girl. The
mom?
She ended up being...
That's every girl.
No, what's her name? Bride of Chucky.
Oh, Tiffany.
Oh, Jennifer Tilly.
The hot chick.
Body Snatchers.
Yes.
Oh, I have to ask for my dad's scooter.
Body Snatchers, bros. Oh my God, Jennifer Tilly. Yes, man. Okay.
I have to ask for my dad's scooter. How was Adrienne Barbeau at Horror Hound?
Didn't see her.
You know what? She actually came up to Matthew Lillard's. I saw it in one of the Facebook groups, but she came up and she said hi to Matthew Lillard, and she was sitting there and she was having a lot of fun with that. So those pictures are there if you want to see her, what she looks like now.
My dad loved her. That was one of his favorites.
I got to add on to what you guys are talking about here. I can't help it. I'm sorry, but I got to.
That's why you're here.
You mentioned AI. We've all mentioned AI. It's sucking out the fucking creative concept. Now, I'm guilty for using AI for thumbnails because, first of all, I don't have to worry about copyrights, and I spend a lot of time doing a lot of shit. And I can just say, hey, do this. I need this image, blah, blah, blah. 9 times out of 10, they knock it out of the park. But I'm like, other than that, all right. But other than that,
we're not getting paid for that, though.
Yeah, I'm not getting paid. I'm just taking advantage of making a fucking thumbnail for me real quick. Sometimes that's okay. When you go onto your streaming services or you go back to Blockbuster, when you're looking for films, believe it or not, what is the thing that gets your attention? It's the cover of the movie.
Right.
It's that's what sells you. So YouTube is always trying to get it into your brain, create a good thumbnail.
And what better to do that than, yeah.
So I'm taking AI just to help me out there without stealing somebody else's. I say make a painting if it's not me or Chris. So there you go. I want to get my AI shit out of the fucking way. But when it comes to making a film and what's being created today, I don't agree with it and I never will. Why? Because I appreciate film. I appreciate creativity. AI is not creative. Todd is an IT guy. He uses AI as a tool to help him out with computers. I get it. That's where we're at now. That's where we've actually been at for a long time. Technically, social media has been AI for years and you did not fucking know it. Your streaming service has been AI and you did not fucking know it. But if you're making a film, it needs to be the heart, the soul, the mind that's making that film. Like we're talking about the Texas Chainsaw Massacre.
There you go. And before AI, what was it? CGI. There was a big deal with CGI, right? It was being overused. Now yes. AI is just new as shit. Nothing will ever beat practical effects.
Exactly. Which Texas Chainsaw Massacre showed us so many things that you could do with just a camera and your imagination and a story that was king where everybody followed that story. They didn't even know about. It's just like us old farts. We said, well, we didn't have cell phones. We didn't need them back in the day. We didn't have. Look, I know there's things that we don't need, but when it comes to film, you don't need AI. You need the heart, you need the soul, you need creativity. Just like when you listen to music, you want heart, you want soul, you want creativity. Just like when you're eating good food, you want heart, you want soul and that good. And just like when you're having sex, I know it's been ages, but I remember having heart and soul when I was fucking the shit out of her. So when you're going to have something you enjoy it with heart, soul, and passion. Not 15 minutes of AI bullshit or reboots.
Yeah, Jake,
go.
Okay. AI is Skynet, just so you know. That's exactly what AI is. Speaking of Terminator.
So
I'm at Cyberdyne's front door right now.
I recently went to a conference where I actually spoke about AI. And my point to people, because we were having a conversation, and there was one person who was like, I find AI to be not that helpful. AI, I give it to help me write proposals. I have it go over things that I've written for business, and some of the times it doesn't come back right. I had another guy, the same thing, that said he had a 1998 Subaru that had a particular problem. He went into AI, and it gave him the exact right freaking answer. Okay.
Yes.
And so what I did was I said, well, here's the problem.
Did it search the web though for it?
Of course it did. That's the only thing AI does. It searches the damn web.
Yeah.
And so the point is, how many different ways are there to write a paragraph compared to how many different ways are there to fix that guy's problem with the car? There's not too many people that are out there on forums that are putting bullshit solutions to how to fix a car. Same thing with SQL. Same thing with programming languages. So that kind of shit, the more specific it is, the more driven it is by, okay, who's going to lie about this? But whereas when you go to flat earth and bullshit like that, you get more different. I know, sorry, it's a broken bubble. So basically what I told people was, when you're looking at AI, when you're asking AI for its opinion, it's getting the opinion from the internet.
Yeah.
If 70% of the shit on the internet is bullshit, don't trust what AI tells you.
So here's the thing. I'm gonna piggyback off of what you just said right there. I'm a tools guy. I love tools. I work in construction. I work in carpentry. I work in electrical. I am a tool. Thank you. Any job that I've ever had, I'm a tradesman. I use tools to get thing done. Right? Whatever that may be, that thing at that time, I need a tool to get it done. Obviously, I can't get it done with my fucking teeth and my little digits here, right? I need a fucking tool. To me, realizing what I know about, I mean, I'm obviously into computers, electronics, this, that, and the other, the hardware and the software side. There's tools. AI to me is a tool. Use it as such. Don't use it to make your fucking career.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't overuse it. Any tool could be overused. That's the basic. What's a garden tool? It's a hole. You know, don't be a hoe.
When I program, it's my idea. I'm just having AI help me formulate it, but I'm the one who's coming up with it. I've said it a million times. If AI was invented before 1903 or 05, it would never have invented the airplane. It can't come up with new ideas.
Yeah.
It just goes off of shit that's already fucking out there.
Sure,
so it's not going to come up with a new. If it was written before Halloween, it would have never created Halloween. It would have never created that kind of suspense shit because it's just going off of what's already out there on the internet. And it's, you got 1,000 monkeys that understand English that are searching in a millisecond to get you back an answer that you could have found on your own, given enough time doing research.
And the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, which is what you've been here tonight, and it's amazing how it does really reflect on how AI is bad. If you want a decent movie, Texas, no, you didn't get what I'm saying. Texas Chainsaw is like not AI,
and practical effects are huge. I mean, one of my favorite TV shows ever was The Dinosaurs, and that was all practical.
Really?
Yeah, I love
End of the Lost.
Yes.
especially especially the last one where they kill off the dinosaurs. They literally ended that thing with the dinosaurs dying off like they did naturally.
Oh, Zach loves those damn things.
You know who does the voice of Baby?
I forget.
The guy that does Elmo. Same voice.
Who?
The guy that voices Elmo is the same guy that does Baby.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
Exactly
Yeah,
the same
that's
way.
right. I want to make sure that I, at least before I forget, because oh shit, why did not add this? Because it's very much related to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's very much related to being creative. It's very much related to there is no AI involved, and it's a story that I tried to share before, in a sense, in a creative way, creatively without any AI, where I actually had to make my own thumbnails, where I actually was doing everything just me, myself, and I. And I've shared it on the archives of Meet Us in the Man Cave, where I've done 2 parts where the mask is somewhere around here, which is it's an actual mask from a Don Post mask from a Leatherface. But I remember back in 1991, the day after Halloween, there were people going out that used to be back in the day after Halloween. People would just basically do this whole practical joke thing where they'd go door to door smashing pumpkins. Seriously, not the band, but smashing pumpkins. Sure. So they were going out cruising around on November 1st it might have been 92. Doesn't matter. It was back in that day. And it was a very dark night. And these people, there was 5 people in a car. And they came across this other car that was stranded, that was basically hovering over railroad tracks. Well, the driver and the passenger was contemplating on going back to help this guy. We got to. He's sitting over some railroad tracks. We got to figure out what we could do to at least push him off from behind these railroad tracks. The people in the back seat are like, Anyways, they turn around. They go to help this guy out. And he's like, look, I just may need a jump or whatever, And they're like, okay, so they're going to go back. The 2 people in the front, it was like a Buick or a Cutlass Supreme. So it's only a 2-door. Yeah, those Buick Cutlass. Yeah, there was just 2 doors to that damn thing. Yeah. So anyways, they go back to see if there's get some jumper cables or whatnot. So the guy who's having car troubles, he has this a 4-door sedan, this blue GMC Corsica. Yes. Mm-hmm. Thank you. So he's underneath there. He's still tinkering with his damn, And then all of a sudden, to their west, they're hearing this loud sound, an engine sound, revving up. And then it's just coming to a point where it's nonstop roaring. It's getting louder and louder. And then eventually they see the shape. There is this image of what you would see very much reflecting upon the Texas Chainsaw Massacre's Leatherface with the trench coat, with the chainsaw, coming after them, basically telling them to get the fuck off of his land. Just screaming at him. The people that were going to help this one guy out, they're freaking out. They're running away. The guy who's having car troubles, slash across the chest. The people in the backseat of this car are screaming their head off, freaking out. They just witnessed a guy get killed with a chainsaw. These other people are running off. Eventually, they come back. The guy with the chainsaw is trying to chase them down. He sees people in the car. He's trying to get to them. He's just doing whatever he can, threatening these people to get the fuck off of his land. The other 2, they basically trick them. They get back into the car. Of course, it's a typical horror. Keys, I can't start the car. Here comes the guy with the chainsaw. And just as he gets that close, they take off. Now, I'm listening to this story being told because I'm sitting in my house with the girl who I dated and sadly passed away in 2018. And I'm sitting there drinking a cup of coffee. I'm being told by the person that was, well, the passenger. The other people, two of them, one is pissed themselves. The other one's got mascara all running down their face. So I'm trying my damnedest to listen to this story as clear as I can, because you got to think about it. It was more fresh back in the day. So eventually, when the story is coming to an end, the guy who was the passenger who's telling me this story turns to the person that has mascara and the other person that pissed himself.
They were in the back seat. Yeah.
In the back seat. The other person, well, she's there. But anyways, he says, by the way, Jimmy, Shelley, the guy with the chainsaw, I failed to mention, that was Scott wearing the mask at the chainsaw, the trench coat. And I'm sitting there. I start losing it. I get up. Shelley's like, Jimmy's like, you motherfucker. He pissed himself. I had to run from my own house. Now, the other person, Megan, she was in on it. She was in on it. So she played it good. The other person that I slashed, okay, cinema of the mind. No,
he did.
My back.
Real motherfucker.
Yeah, my back. In other words, I'm the guy with the chainsaw, is facing the people in the back seat of the car.
Mm-hmm.
The person that I slashed, now there's no chain on the, chainsaw.
Right, no bar.
The person that I slashed.
You're not crazy. Yeah.
The person that I slashed, he does not know those people, vice versa. The person that I slashed, yes, I knew him. Todd knew him very well. He said, yeah, just go across my chest. Because he knew what this was. He was in on it. He's going, he goes to the ground.
See, I've heard this story a couple times. Every time I hear it, I imagine him being like,
that's basically what he kind of did. He's like,
please,
he just falls to the ground. You gotta remember, we're in our 20s, so it was easier to do that shit back then. Especially as I'm trying to do which we did not mention, the famous, chainsaw dude. I'm doing that shit. I'm fucking going to town. I'm just living my dream of having a chainsaw in my hand, creating a new character. Because I had that mask, which is in that video. I have it. I have like a hood over it. I'm just trying to create this new image.
Which is my favorite scene from Texas Chainsaw Massacre for that reason. and also for Dale and Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Because that is done in that one, which is
so the theater of the mind. They really thought I killed him. They did, because they're so scared.
Yeah,
and they see a guy with a chainsaw. Like I said, there's no chain on it. And Pete said, go across it because it doesn't hurt. It's just a vibrating piece of metal. I don't think I actually did have to touch him, but he wanted me to get that effect. Oh God! So the thing of it is, when Pete and I take off, of course, his car is, by the way, is fine. We're in Vandalia, Ohio, in the rural country roads, and when it's late at night, we're excited there in general because we have to get back to where I lived in the Oregon district. All of a sudden, we're like, where the fuck are we? And then there was up ahead about a mile. We started seeing these red sign, the lights, the flashing. We're like, oh fuck! Thankfully, it wasn't on us.
Chainsaw killer on the loose.
However, Jimmy, Shelley, that was in the back, who we obviously scared the piss out of Jimmy.
God,
they stopped. In other words, there's another Jimmy in the front seat and David. They stopped at a convenience store. This is when we had, pay phones, and they wanted to call the cops. The people that were scared to death, and they're like, no, we better get going because they have to do whatever to convince them not to call the cops. So, but I was told after being chased for a while, I swear on my grave, we're going to get revenge on you.
That is wild. If they somehow convinced them not to call the cops.
Yeah. But I was never so proud.
Did they ever get revenge?
They are exposed.
Yeah. I'm a miserable old motherfucker right now. No. I'm in a lot of a pain. So I've got a kid who drives me nuts and a dog that just drives me insane, and I'm in pain. So there's the revenge on me. So folks, if you ever want to scare somebody so bad to piss themselves, use your imagination. Do not use AI because nobody's believing that shit anymore.
talking one more thing about practical effects, and it has to do with the remake, Little Shop of Horrors.
Fucking love Little Shop of Horrors.
Going back to Frank Oz.
Feed me, Seymour. Oh my God, that movie
Directed that, and to have such a great cast and to have it all practical. There's like 25 people that made that last version of Audrey come alive. And have you seen the director's cut?
I don't know.
Okay, Chris, you need to see the director's cut because what's the ending of the Little Shop of Horrors that you know?
God damn, it's been ages.
It has been ages. Seriously. All I remember...
And they kill the plant and everybody's okay.
Yeah.
That's not the director's cut. The director's cut literally is out there and they remastered it. Frank Oz, thank God they found it and they put it together. The real ending of Little Shop of Horrors is the plant takes over and kills the Earth. And
come and see more.
And so the end is humanity being destroyed by these large plants everywhere because everybody loves the plant. Every house has one. They all turn into just what Audrey was. The human race is destroyed. And so that's in the, and that was all done by practical effects too. And I'm just so thankful that, it's a remake of the original film with Jack Nicholson famously, right?
Yeah.
Did you see the original?
Not me.
I've only seen,
black and white.
I've only seen Rick Moranis.
There's a classic. There's a black and white film. Okay, so do you know Bill Murray's character? Oh, come on, Doc. Oh, come on, give it to me. Oh, the guy that loves pain.
Okay, yeah.
Remember him?
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson plays that character in the original movie.
Yeah.
It's a black and white film. You got to. It's completely done like a horror film. It's not done. It's not a musical.
Yeah.
It's not a happy story. But that was the original Little Shop of Horrors. And so then when Frank Oz did it, I'm just so, and my thought process to round this out, because I know we're over, is thank God we didn't have CGI when they did Little Shop of Horrors, because to have Frank Oz and the Muppets have something to do with that film really brought that thing to life.
Empire, Muppets, Yoda.
Yeah.
You know what? Yeah, Todd, you do bring up a good point. We are getting to that point where we haven't even done our shots, and therefore Chris hasn't revealed his.
So let's get to that.
So Texas Chainsaw Massacre, being as a classic as it is, proving a point, AI fucking sucks. Do not use AI when it comes to creativity. So I guess
as a tool. That's it.
I definitely use it as a tool for thumbnails. That's for sure. I'm guilty as charged, but you know what? Oh, well. You know what? I'm going to give my shots real quick to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I don't need a shot for this film. And it's because it's one of my original favorite horror films. And if I did a shot, it would be a shot to celebrate that film to my favorite. It would be a shot to celebrate it. That would be one shot to celebrate.
So that's like a -1.
A -1.
There you go.
There you go. Uh-oh.
Now we're getting it.
Whole new scale opened up here.
Yep.
Damn. Okay.
Jake?
0. It's a classic.
Chris?
I mean, I'm going to use the traditional, maybe only when you pick the film, maybe can you go into the negatives? I'm going to choose a 0.
I agree. That's a good point. I will go 0 as well. And with that being said, Chris, what do we have next on tap? None of us know this. Chris said he had about 5 different movies, and we're going to make him choose one. And by the way, folks, like, subscribe, put down in the comments what movie you'd like us to see. We will consider anything that's out there. Hopefully it'll be available on Netflix or something that, is a streaming service we can get a hold of. But
I'm going to change the current vibe here.
Okay.
Just a little bit.
Moulin Rouge.
Hey, that's a classic.
God damn it. And he walks away.
Jake's like, I'm having nothing to do with this if we're going to be part of the new romantics.
I know there's
Okay, so goddamn.
That was great, Jake. Fantastic.
Thank you.
Right now, there's somebody going, okay, I won't leave that in the comments. Not Moulin Rouge.
cinema. Sound effects music.
Okay. Mo. The perks of being a wallflower.
Is it a horror film?
No.
Okay. That's fine. It doesn't have to be horror or cinema.
That's what I was saying. I want to change things up a little bit.
Perks
I want to get a little deeper.
What year?
Once again, Chris, you are choosing for us to watch after he does a shot or a sip.
The perks of being a wallflower.
Excellent. We will look forward to that.
I believe if you're going to stream that,
Jake, who were we most recently talking about? Who's in that film?
Oh, Kyle Gallner.
Nope.
Damn.
I think
Paul Rudd. I say Franklin has been hanging out with us way too much. We're killing his brain cells.
Too much vodka in the Dr. Pepper.
All right.
That's right.
So am I?
Oh, sorry.
Have you guys seen it?
I don't think I've seen it, which is fine. That's what this is for.
Fucking yes.
The perks of being a wallflower.
Perks of being a wallflower.
I believe it's on one of our major streaming services that most likely somebody's paying for right now.
You will recognize what's the chick from? Obviously you'll recognize Paul Rudd. You will recognize Emma Watson.
Okay.
The chick from oh God, what was that?
What decade?
Harry Potter. And then Ezra Miller. You know Ezra Miller. He was in The Flash.
Yeah.
Yes.
This was one of his first movies.
So it's 90s?
Oh God, I forget the actual year. Is it 95?
No, it's like 2010s, I think.
I don't remember what year it is.
Perks of being a wallflower. Interesting.
I'll put that information on the screen, of course. But it'll be something different. We've gone down the. It is, it's up to the individual. Of course, Todd, you came up with a brilliant idea after we've gone through this round of our choosing. You've suggested that we do after we made our choices.
What people suggest.
I'm going to send all y'all the link to that.
All right.
But we have to find time for a watch along, because if I don't get you, I forbid any of you to watch Greasy Strangler until you watch it with me. Because I have to get your real, honest reactions to it. My wife is dying to see the reactions to it. I bought it for the purpose of being able to share it with everybody, and it'll change your life.
You know what? I'll tell you what. Don't we all need to change in our lives right now?
Our underwear.
And I want to tell all the people out there now that are watching this, if for some reason you see cinema shows and shots with only 3 people minus Todd, you'll know why. They'll kick me out of the fucking club. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. But goddamn, it's one of the most controversial films I've ever seen. Produced by Tobey Maguire.
No shit.
Spider-Man himself?
Yep. Sam Raimi inadvertently is responsible for this being filmed.
Jake, what is Sam Raimi's? What is he popular known for as directing?
The Evil Dead.
There you go.
There you go. Ash himself. Perks of Being a Wallflower is 2012.
Okay. I thought it was.
All right. Well, I guess that'll be the film that all of us have to do our due diligence with, and hopefully enjoy. If not, it's a good film. I know that it's a popular film. That's
I fucking love that movie.
shit. If I may,
You got
okay.
mail.
We're not watching You've Got Mail for those out there. This is for
Here. This is what we're looking at, folks.
there you go.
I just sent them that.
Nice.
Man, Charlie. God damn, Charlie. I'm about to go watch that movie right now. I fucking love that movie.
You know what, folks? Thank you so much for watching. Maybe listening someday again. I'll try to do the podcast stuff where you can listen to us again. You know, I've just been too lazy about that shit because it's all visuals and no AI. And you know what, Chris? I'm tired. What?
Hit that fucking button, please.
Something like that.
Shit, me.